I was horrified when my son called in a fake bomb threat, but then he told me why. When the police called saying my 12-year-old son Leo had been arrested for calling in a bomb threat that evacuated the entire school and canceled the district wrestling tournament that he'd been training for all year, I couldn't believe it. Leo was sitting in an interrogation room with two detectives while the wrestling coach Mr. Adams paced outside yelling about pressing federal charges. The school resource officer explained that Leo had called 911 claiming there was a bomb in the gymnasium, causing complete chaos as 800 kids and their families fled the building while the bomb squad swept every inch of the facility. Once they determined it was a prank call, they traced the number and hauled Leo in. "Leo, what were you thinking?" I asked when they let me in the room, my hands shaking as I looked at my skinny 12-year-old in handcuffs. "I had to stop the match, Dad," he said quietly. Mr. Adams burst through the door even though the detective told him to wait outside. "Your son is going to federal prison. Bomb threats are terrorism. He traumatized hundreds of children." "You're the one traumatizing children," Leo said, looking Mr. Adams straight in the eye. "I'm a decorated coach with 15 years of experience," Adams said, his face getting red. "My team has won 6 state championships. Your son is just bitter because he's not good enough for varsity. Tell them what you do to us," Leo said, his voice steady even though his hands were shaking. Adams laughed nervously. "I push my athletes to excellence. Not everyone can handle real training. You make us run in garbage bags to sweat out water weight," Leo said. "You tell us we're disgusting pigs if we weigh even 1 pound over. You made Jackson run laps until he passed out because he ate breakfast. That's called discipline," Adams said quickly, but the detectives were listening now. "Wrestling has weight classes. It's part of the sport. You gave Mike an eating disorder," Leo continued. "He throws up after every meal now. His mom doesn't know because you told him real wrestlers control their weight no matter what. Kids are dramatic," Adams said, but sweat was visible on his forehead. "I've never told anyone to throw up. You said if we couldn't make weight naturally, we should do whatever it takes," Leo said. "You gave us tips on hiding it from our parents. You said you did it when you were competing." I stared at Adams in horror as pieces started clicking into place. Leo's constant anxiety about food, the way he'd stopped eating dinner with us, how he'd been living on rice cakes and water. "You've been giving eating disorders to 12-year-olds?" I asked Adams. "I teach discipline and self-control," Adams said defensively. "Parents today coddle their kids too much. But today was the last straw," Leo said, and everyone turned to look at him. "This morning you brought in a box of laxatives," Leo said, his voice cracking. "You said everyone had to take them before weigh-ins to make sure we made weight for the tournament. That's insane," Adams said, but his voice had gone up an octave. "I would never give medications to students. You handed them out in the locker room," Leo said. "You said it was standard practice for serious wrestlers. You said if we didn't take them, we'd let the whole team down, and you'd make us run suicides until we puked on Monday." "Laxatives," I said, feeling sick. "You were going to give laxatives to children?" "He's lying," Adams said, backing toward the door. "Kids make things up when they're in trouble. Check his office," Leo said to the detectives. "The box is in his bottom drawer. He bought 3 boxes. Extra strength. He said we each had to take 4. One detective left the room immediately while the other one kept Adams from leaving. I wanted to punch him right there. 4 laxative pills could seriously hurt a child," I said, my voice shaking with rage. "They could become dangerously dehydrated. We were supposed to wrestle after taking them," Leo said, tears finally falling. "We would have been on the mats with stomach cramps and no control over our bodies, in front of hundreds of people." "That's ridiculous," Adams said, but he was sweating through his shirt now. "No coach would do that." "You did it last year too," Leo said. "Clay told me. He said 3 kids had accidents during their matches, but you told them it was their fault for not being disciplined enough." The detective came back holding an evidence bag with 3 boxes of extra strength laxatives. "Found these in his desk exactly where the kid said." Adams went white. "Those are for my personal use." "3 boxes?" the detective asked. "This is a misunderstanding," Adams stammered. "I have digestive issues. You were going to force children to take laxatives before athletic competition," the detective said, his voice getting angry. "That's assault. That's child endangerment. He made us all lose weight in dangerous ways, and today he was going to poison us," Leo said simply. "I had to stop the match. No one would listen when we complained about him before." Adams opened his mouth, but no words came out, just panicked, sputtering as he looked between the detectives and the evidence bag. Full story on the channel below.